Soon afterwards, I receive a phone call from CBS. My producer friend calls me to tell me that my documentary has officially been canceled. All right? I'd never received a phone call like this before in my career. I know what this is called. This is called censorship. This is revolting. And then I throw nothing out. It's right here. Kept it as a souvenir. Here it is. Dear George, congratulations on all your awards. Keep up the good work. You're fired. Best of luck in the future. That's showbiz, as they say.
He decided to press on alone, and that's how he came across the Wilson file.
Every time, the result was the same, okay? When I was researching Stanton or researching Glockenstein at the University of Ohio, as soon as I felt I was getting somewhere, the result and the answer that I found was the same. Classified national defense. Secret national defense. Classified.
The secrets in the Wilson file were embarrassing to certain people. A few weeks after his interview with Bill Stanton, he contacted Sophie Glockenstein.
I cannot talk about this. No, not on the phone, no. Be at the Lincoln Memorial. Tomorrow at 7.
She never showed up for that meeting.
I started to wonder, and I literally started to fear for my life. Because, I understood at this point. It became clear to me that there were people working in the shadows to try to keep me from finding out whatever it is that I wanted to know, okay? And that these were not nice people. These were not people who, to be taken lightly. These people meant business. And they were willing to do whatever it took to keep me from finding out what I wanted to know. I'm now confronted with multiple obstacles blocking my path. And I think to myself, where to begin? Why not start with the one phrase that has already been translated, I tell myself. How dare you say I do love you when your heart is not with me? Not a phrase typical of Egyptian spirituality, is it?
After months of research, Widmack uncovered the origins of the text where he least expected to find them.
Don't you understand what I'm saying here? It's from the Bible, the book of Judges, chapter 16, Samson and Delilah. A biblical passage, yet found in an Egyptian tomb. Amazing.
But why Samson and Delilah? Was there a hidden message in the text? Samson, according to the Bible, was the wise man who never cut his hair and drew great strength from it. In many cultures, hair is considered the repository of the divine, including Egyptian culture. Is this the link between the tablet of Hapitmothep and the Bible? That's the question that George Widmack asked Rabbi Spiegelman. Many consider him to be one of the experts on biblical codes. This analysis of biblical text, made famous by Michael Drosnin, is based on Kabbalistic principles. Unfortunately, the results were disconcerting and even more meaningless than the tablet itself. And Widmack was definitely lost in mystery.
That's it. End of story. Game over.
"20 years later, we tried to show the results of Spiegelman's work to biologists. Curiously, none in the entire United States agreed to help us. We decided to show them to biologists from a French company, Selectis Bioresearch. They were surprised by what they saw.
There's no doubt about it. This is indeed a fragment of the DNA. Yeah. This sequence, here and here. It seems to be complete, even if described in fairly rudimentary terms. Yeah.
The letter sequences that Rabbi Spiegelman got from the Bible reveal a disturbing resemblance to DNA sequences.
There's definitely a genetic characteristic there. It's as if everything comes together in the diagram. It's coherent right down the polymorphism.
What does this characteristic mean? If it is a gene, how and when did the Egyptians isolate it? Intrigued by this enigma, Selectis Bioresearch offered to study the question. Last year, in 2009, the Department of Defense finally made a decision that George Widmeck had been waiting 20 years for.
I've dedicated my life to this fucking project. This thing has consumed my life, okay? My family's life. My personal life. I have no more marriage. My kids hardly even know me anymore. So, finally, after 20 years, I learned that the Wilson file had officially been declassified, and I make a request to see it. Okay? And the Pentagon informs me. They inform me that the Wilson file doesn't exist. That the Wilson file has never existed.